Okay, I want to call the meeting of the Hopkinton Town Council of May 5th, 2014 to order with a moment of silent meditation and salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. First on our agenda is the consent agenda. Approve the Town Council Budget Workshop Notes of March 6, 2014. Town Council Budget Workshop Notes of March 24, 2014.
I would move that we adopt them. The ambulance corps are referred as corporations, maybe technically they are in the state. They just like to have that changed to ambulance service or something like that. We normally don't look upon them as that. I just caught that today going through the minutes.
Second.
I have one question.
Yes.
On page 7 of the March 24th, page 2, I should be saying, page 2 of the March 24th, halfway down we have Mrs. Kenyon replied it was $700,000. Is that a correct figure for 19% of the budget? That seems low.
That's the, they're talking about fund.
Mr. Buck asked what 19% surplus, in a sense, represented in terms of dollar. Mrs. Kenyon replied it was $700,000.
But I think that was the difference between what the minimum requirement is, I think it was
The 16?
16% and the 19?
Because
Well, it isn't clear, you're right, but I don't, so I don't know what was said.
it appears, yeah, it appears that the 19% is the 700,000.
That would be of the surplus.
That would be the,
Right.
that would be the 3% surplus.
Right.
No,
The
no.
difference.
The difference, yes, I agree with Frank, but you say no?
The 16% is what the accountants want us to keep
That's correct.
as a balance.
I understand.
We had 19%, which is why we use the 3%.
That's right, but what is that, what is that figure then? What's the
That's the
700,000?
3%.
That's the 3%. Okay, but,
It's high.
well, no, it just follows the sentence that says, Mr. Buck asked what the 19% represents in terms of dollars. And Mrs. Kenyon replied that 19% represents, I'm adding words in here, $700,000, which is not. What the, if Tom had asked what the difference is between 16 and 19, then that $700,000 would be on the money. See,
Well, the only way we'll know what happened is Lisa needs to go back and
Yeah.
review that
Just-
section.
if you
So
just
we
check that.
need-
That's
So,
No, I think it's still,
You think it's
correct.
clear enough?
Because it's 19% of, it's not 19% of the entire budget, it's 19% of our municipal budget.
Right, 25 of it.
well, we don't,
We're not-
we
no.
know, but the
Only
minutes
4.
aren't clear, so Lisa needs to go back and see
Okay.
what was said.
4 to 5 million.
Yeah, right, right.
Is 20% of,
19% of 24 million is 20.
about 30, yeah.
So we're going to remove the town council budget workshops notes of March 24.
Yep.
Well, there's already a motion on the floor to accept the consent agenda, so why don't I amend it and we pull off the budget workshop notes of March 24th.
Can I ask another question?
Sure.
On page 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines down, didn't we raise the collection rate to 97%? Because it says here, it was the consensus of the town council to keep the current collection rate at 97%. Actually,
We raised it.
we raised it from 95?
96.
Yeah,
96 and a
but we
half.
did raise it, so it wasn't a kept kind of thing, it was to increase. So should we cross off to keep it to say increase?
Yeah, the other thing
Two.
on this,
Yeah,
which I forgot is,
On the page before, it does, it says that he suggested a collection rate of 97%.
That's correct, yeah.
So.
So that would mean it was something pre.
And it stated the 97% was good, so they kept it at 97%.
It went to the prior paragraph.
Oh, okay, okay, there's a lot of people
It
don't,
says earlier on.
right, I see where it says early on too, yeah.
okay, on page 2, I think it's
same
page
notes,
2.
Scott?
Yeah, March 24th. You put, just as Mr. Buck, it doesn't say Thomas Buck. I don't believe. I think his first name was omitted.
That's the first reference to him?
I think so.
I think-
he's only referred to, what, a couple of times?
I think you might be right in those notes.
Did I-
Scott, you know who it is.
Yeah, but people in history, 100 years from now or 50 years from now, so I think that should be
We
changed.
just put down Thomas Buck.
You want me to draw my motion, we can just do an order?
Yes,
Please.
I'll withdraw my motion.
Withdraw the second.
thank you.
Move that we approve the consent agenda, which consists of March 6, 2014 minutes.
Second.
With correction, second.
No.
No, no correction.
Listen to the motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further questions? No. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
I'm going to review the March 24th.
Okay.
Those are the ones that need correction.
Okay.
Right.
First, public forum. Anyone out in the public wishing to be heard tonight?
Is that a new year?
Yeah, Mr. Custin.
Yes, I'm Tom Tuscadon, if anybody doesn't know who I am. But anyways, I'm co-executive of 90 Arcadia Road, Hope Valley, Rhode Island. And I'm objecting to the proposal of the contract for Vincent Cuscadon doing business as Coop Farm, and my lawyer, Richard Boren, like a continuation of this matter because the estate of Stanley Bars has not been settled yet.
Are we talking about an upcoming agenda item?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
All right,
Yes.
can you wait until we get to there?
Okay,
I was in public forum, so.
yeah. Okay, that's the first thing on the agenda, I think it is, so I don't know if you wanted.
We'll get to it. Thanks,
Okay.
Mr. Custin.
Right, yeah.
Okay, next on our agenda, under town manager report, Bill McGeary.
Thank you. Just very briefly, during the last week in April, Acting Finance Director Jesse Saglio and I interviewed 3 candidates for the position of Finance Director. And after evaluation of those candidates and several other candidates before them that were interviewed, we agreed to re-advertise in the Providence Journal. The ad went in last Sunday, and it's going to be another round of applications and interviews so that we feel that we'll get the best candidate for the position. And lastly, during April, I conducted a recruitment process to fill the town manager administrative assistant position. The deadline date for the receipt of applications was May 2nd, last Friday, and I'm in the process of reviewing them now. We'll subsequently interview and then hopefully hire somebody in the very near future.
Okay, great, thanks, Bill. Any questions for Bill?
No.
Bob?
Have you thought about, on the finance director interviews, also interviewing or putting an ad into the Boston papers, to the Globe?
We did consider it, but the ad that we put in the Journal, we didn't get a lot of responses. It went in on a Wednesday, and it was very difficult to find. It was in, although it was in there, it was hard to find. I knew it was in there, and it took me a few minutes to look for it. So this time we put it in the Sunday edition with the whole big page. So it's
Try that.
hopefully it'll be much more visible, and we'll get a lot more applications.
Yeah, I do have one question for the manager. In looking at the credentials of the applicants, how many have worked in municipal government? And I don't expect you to say.
Yeah, I think that's proprietary information.
Thank you.
Okay, no more questions for Bill?
No.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, Brian.
First on our agenda under new business is to discuss and to vote on approving the bid award for winter sand to Coop Farm of 90 Arcadia Road, Hope Valley, in the amount of $11 per ton. Delivered was the lowest bid for fiscal years 2014-15 through fiscal years 2016-17.
Can Mr. Cuscadon talk again? I'd just like to hear him.
Go ahead, yeah, come on up. That's good.
I'm sorry, I'd just like to hear what you had to say.
Okay, so the thing here is, hi, I'm Tom Cuscadon, the co-executor of 90 Arcadia Road, which is Stanley Bars estate, which the sand is coming off of. And I'm objecting to the proposal contract with Vincent Cuscadon, doing business as Coop Farm, and my lawyer, Richard Boren, like a continuation of this matter because the estate of Stanley Bars has not been settled yet. So that's basically what I have to say.
Thanks.
So, wait a minute,
yeah.
which brother are you?
Thomas?
You're Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, and if we,
Because right now, the estate hasn't been settled yet, so there's
I-
no exact
I-
on the estate right now.
Right.
I understand, I think my question is actually for Bill. If you know, if we don't choose Coop Farms, we may just choose someone else.
I'm saying right now, this is...
Understood. Understood. This will be up to, I think,
There's
We're gonna hear
a,
ourselves.
yeah, there's another matter that needs to be brought up tonight to your attention. This particular property hasn't completed the earth removal ordinance application. I mean, I'm inclined to go with this bid. They're local, they're in our town, et cetera, you know, and it's a good bid, it's the lowest bid. But we also need to, I was hoping we could approve this contingent upon them finishing that earth removal ordinance. But, so I'm not sure how we'll proceed tonight, but I'd like the family to know that this was recommended, this bid was recommended, it'd be good for the town, might be good for them, so hopefully things can get worked out.
right, and if not, it'll go another way. That'll be fine.
Sylvia, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question of Tim? You're in
Why
charge.
don't you wait a minute until he
Okay.
comes back?
I'm sorry.
He might have something to tell us.
Okay.
Thanks. So, Scott, you have any comments?
If you examine the bids, and we got three, one of the bids of a firm that isn't town of Hopkinton, they didn't even bid on transportation. They expected the town to pick it up, which was more expensive. Then we had another bid that was more expensive. Usually, you go with the lowest bid. But we also have to acknowledge that Mr. Cuskadon is part owner of that property.
Or the estate's not
For the
settled
estate.
anyway.
I think it needs to be settled. I'm sure the estate needs to be settled, and
Sure.
we'll have to go back and take a look at that bid. I think that's up to Mr. McGarry and Mr. Taft. I'm willing to just rest that.
Two real questions.
Do you have any advice for us,
Yep.
legal?
Talk to Pat. I don't think the estate matter really concerns the council as far as the bid award is concerned, but your point, I guess, as far as the earth removal ordinance, you know, if they're not in compliance with that, that's possibly a way for us to maybe make sure that they are.
So we could approve it tonight
Subject
contingent
to-
upon that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know,
Good.
it is the lowest bid.
Right.
His brother is a member of our community as well, so.
All right, I'll move that we approve the bid award for
Could I just ask one question? I'm sorry, Sylvia.
Sorry.
Dave was kind enough to show me the bid itself. There's a notation on that with the amount. Maybe Tim can weigh in on this. It says delivered only per zoning. It looks like per zoning board.
Yeah, I circled that. I thought that was.
Do we know what
They
that
haven't
means?
finished, they've gone before, in order to finish the earth removal ordinance, they've gone before the zoning board, and there was a couple of things the zoning board wanted. So, obviously.
Oh, in other words.
So they haven't finished the earth removal ordinance. They went before the zoning board, there was a couple of things they needed, and once
okay.
those things are given to them, then the zoning board will take up the issue again. So
So
that's,
it says price per ton picked up, and then it says delivered only per zoning. But in other words, they're saying we can't pick up, we can only deliver. That's what they're saying?
Yes.
Okay, all right, as long as we're clear.
Yeah.
And Bill, you and Tim are confident that that's responsive to the bid request? The fact that they're only going to be delivering, not picking up?
that's what we want.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question of Pat? Do you think we should make any restriction of it per the earth removal
I
ordinance?
did.
or not?
We already did.
She already
That was the motion I made. But
I'm
there's-
sorry, Sylvia.
Two questions.
That's all right.
Two questions. Tim, what's the deadline on this thing? How imperative is it that we get this thing done? I mean, it's a long way off till snow.
Right, we could, if we have to hold off on it a little while, we can.
Yeah. And, okay, good.
It's a way to work things out, too.
Good, that's,
So,
I want to
all
make
right.
sure that we're not holding things up, and all of a sudden he's gonna have it by July 1st or something like that, and nothing gets settled until August.
I'll move.
Maybe we should, I already made the motion.
Yes.
Can we, well, there's no second though, but could we also add, when I said, move that we give it to this
Coop Farm.
Coop Farm, 90 Arcadia Road, contingent upon the completion of the earth removal ordinance requirements?
Yes.
Well, anyway, and perhaps we should put a timeline on that. What would you like our limit to be? In other words, put limit on how long we're going to hold off.
Sure.
What would the reasonable limit be? September or,
Beginning of September, I think would be sufficient.
okay, so up to September 1st. How's that?
Seconded.
Motion made, second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
I hope it works out.
Yes, I hope so
I
too.
hope you can work that out.
Next, under new business is discuss and/or vote on approving a bid award for Municipal Waste Removal to Waste Haulers LLC of 85 Douglas Pike in Smithfield in the amount of $239.65 per month, lowest bid for fiscal years 2014-15 through fiscal years 2016-17.
So moved.
Seconded.
Motion made, second. Any further discussion?
All I can say is it's always interesting to look at the disparity of bids. It is what it is.
Okay, having heard nothing, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Next, under new business is to discuss and/or vote on approving a bid award for professional financial auditing services to Bacon & Company LLC of 875 Centerville Road, Warwick, Rhode Island, in the amounts of $22,875 for fiscal year 2013-14, $23,450 for fiscal year 2014-15, and $24,000 for fiscal year 2015-16, a total sum of $70,325 for 3 fiscal years.
So moved.
Okay,
Seconded.
Second.
okay, second, any further discussion?
I just have a question. I have a question for Bill. When I was reading the award for Bacon & Company, are you planning on doing some kind of forensic audit during those 3 years? There was one paragraph that involved whether you wanted to do a more full audit and that they would allow that during these next 3 years. I don't know whether you're planning on that or if that's something.
I know Jesse had spoken with them, so I'll let him,
I don't know that we have any particular plans. I think we need to sit down and come up with a game plan for the next year, and then the additional 2 years to the extent that we continue to be happy with the work they do.
So that's
Keep in mind, the contract is for 1 year with 2 years town option.
That's good.
That's real good.
Right.
Okay.
And I did want to make sure that that was available if you so chose to do that. Thank you.
I think, Jesse, too, you made a good point about the number of hours that the partners, I guess, would be
Yeah, so
allocating,
there's a number of
which is a huge
differences.
disparity.
Yeah, I think part of that comes from the fact that Bacon has worked with this town quite a bit and has, I think, the best sense for what our audit will require. Some of the others have similar number of hours, but it's much, much more heavily weighted towards their junior staff member, and frankly, that's how they may have had small, or improved pricing at a very minimal level, and they do it by weighting the hours towards more junior staff member, or on the other hand, there are some who just simply didn't include as many hours in their bid, and frankly, both of those make me concerned that they're underestimating the complexity of the job. Bacon makes me much more comfortable that they have a sense for what is required to get the job done. They've produced good work. I believe they'll continue to produce good work, and I think that's important for the financials the town puts out.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any further discussion, folks? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, under new business, is to discuss, consider, and vote to authorize the town manager and town solicitor to execute a solid waste and recycling services agreement between the Rhode Island Resource Recovery Corporation and the town of Hopkinton for fiscal years 2014-15 through 2016-17.
No issue.
I just think for the public, even though the town of Hopkinton doesn't have their own transfer station, people in our town use Richmond and Westerly, and that's why we have to have this agreement.
I also think it's excellent. I am glad we do not have a transfer station. I think that's wonderful. So moved.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, next on new business is to schedule a workshop on May 19th, 2014 at 6 p.m. to discuss the proposed amendments to the amusements ordinance regarding instituting a seasonal special event permit.
I'd like to suggest 6:15, because I really don't think we need that much time. What do you think, Dave?
I think 6:15 is fine, sure.
Is that,
Yes.
This is okay.
I move that we have that workshop on May 19, 2014 at 6:15 PM to discuss the proposed amendments to the amusement ordinance reference instituting a seasonal special event permit fee.
Second.
And we will be ready with all the info, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Just scheduling it, no,
I understand. Lisa, would you make sure that everybody gets a copy of the ordinance? Absolutely great. I will also be providing the council with my concerns regarding the current audit.
And recommendations?
And recommendations,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
And questions that maybe we can all answer.
great, thanks, Steve.
I would like to compliment Council Husband for taking an interest in fees, the holiday, fees at Christmas time, and also this. He's been a leader in that issue, and I thank, of course, Lisa for all her work and doing research.
Just tightening things up.
All right, that's, so 6:15, there it is. Next, under boards and commissions, accept the resignation of Chandra Benevento from the zoning board of review.
So move that we, with regret.
Oh, with, absolutely. And second, in that case.
Second.
Second, okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Okay, last public forum. Anyone out there wishing to be heard? Okay. A motion to adjourn, please?
Mr. President, I move that we adjourn in memory of the late William D. Peabody and Richard D. Johnson.
Thank you.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.